Hey, what's up everybody? We're going to go over the top 2 things I think are holding you back in Street Fighter 6 and preventing you from getting the rank that you truly deserve. So we're going to take a look at them, figure out what they are, and how you can practice them in training mode. So the biggest bad habit that I see a lot of people do is that when they're trying to go for a shimmy against their opponent, they end up walking back way too far. Right? So if you go like this, you throw your opponent, you walk in, you go for a shimmy, and the opponent then the person walks really far back, putting you way outside of your effective space. Now you can't really poke safely anymore. And even worse, the reason why we don't want to walk back too far when we're trying to shimmy our opponent is because it opens us up to crouching medium kick. And that's actually the direct counter to shimmy, waking up with a crouching medium kick. And this is what it would look like if you shimmy back too far. There, your toes get clipped by the crouching medium kick, then you need a big combo and life's bad for you. So you definitely want to avoid that. So using this little training setup that I have here, we're going to be able to avoid that, and we're going to learn how to actually fix our spacing so that we never get hit by a wake up crouching medium kick. We might block it, but we won't actually get hit by it. So here, slot 1, normal throw with either a 0 or 5 frame delay depending on your setup. A crouching medium kick, slot 2, do nothing, slot 3, forward jump, slot 4, and vertical jump in slot 5. So this tip works for any character that you play, but I'm going to be using Ryu here just because he's kind of the most standard character there is. Alright, so the first thing I want you to do is just turn on that normal throw, and what I want you to do is pick any combo ender. That means anything like I just did here, with the medium punch DP, or do something like a throw, whatever you want. And what I want you to practice is walking backwards out of range just enough to dodge your opponent's immediate wake up throw. So here, with Ryu, I'm going to go like this. And if I do the frame kill with the standing light punch, it doesn't work. So I'm just going to hold back normally. There we go. So I'm going to do a throw, walk back, just out of throw range. One more time. Throw, walk back. That wasn't far enough. So I'm going to try it one more time. Just like that. So that seems to be a good range. I'm outside of my throw range. I'm outside of Akuma's throw range. I can't get hit there. So that's really good. Then, once you've got that kind of muscle memory down, what I want you to do is turn off the normal throw, and I want you to turn on crouching medium kick. And it'll look something like this. And what I want you to do is I want you to walk out of that throw range, but then quickly push down back to block low to avoid the crouching medium kick. So off a throw, it would look something like this. There. And hopefully, if I'm timing this right, this will allow me to both dodge their wake up throw and to walk back in time to block the crouching medium kick. Once you've got that down, and I would recommend practicing this 10 times in a row on both sides, both the 1-player side and the 2-player side. You know, gotta have them both down. Practice until you get it 10 times in a row perfectly, never getting hit by the crouching medium kick. Then once you've got it, turn them both on, the normal throw and the crouching medium kick. And what you're gonna do is you're just gonna practice it again. Okay. I'm gonna make a save state here just to save some time. I'm doing a frame kill just to help with my timing. And this will get me outside of throw range and allow me to block the crouching medium kick every single time. Dummy's not really being my friend here today. I want to throw. And there's a throw. So I am spacing it properly. So once you know you've got that spacing down, both 10 times on the 1-player side and the 2-player side, what I want you to do is turn off the crouching medium kick, and I want you to add a do nothing. Then, your goal here is to only push the button that you're going to use as a whiff punish for your opponent's wake up throw when you actually see the throw come out. So, from here again, I'll make a save state. He didn't push anything, so I didn't push a button. No throw whiff, so I didn't push a button. There. I saw the throw whiff, so I pushed a button. This is really important for helping your pressure. This way you're not pushing buttons if your opponent's not pushing. Then of course practice your best combo after this, go for whatever you want, get your damage, make sure you practice that. That's really good because one of the most common issues I see that people do is they'll go back for a shimmy and they'll just push a button whether or not their opponent pushed throw. You should always be trying to react to that. Once you've got that down and you can get it 10 times in a row, no problem, and you got your combo, what I recommend is turn on normal throw, crouching medium kick, and do nothing. Put it all together and see if you can react to the throw when your opponent throws, and otherwise you should be able to block everything else. There we go. Punish your opponent as much as you can when that opportunity comes. Then, we're not done yet. As you'll notice here in slot 4 and 5, there are 2 other things I didn't turn on yet. Well, these are the forward jump and the vertical jumps, because if you're going to try to throw your opponent on wake up, one of the direct counters to meaty throw is to actually jump. So that's a meaty setup. If the opponent were to push a button right away there, this will win. There, Akuma woke up with crouching medium kick, but it doesn't work because that's a meaty throw. Now, I'm sure a lot of times when you're playing this game, especially in ranked, you'll go for a meaty throw, your opponent jumps, and you're not ready for it, and then you went from a position of being really, really strong to being really, really weak because your opponent crossed you up. Now you're in the corner, and now you have to watch out for so many things like drive rush, whiff buttons, drive impact. It can be really tricky in this situation. Now in Street Fighter 6, as long as you actually have a meaty throw and the meaty throw is perfectly timed, you'll always have enough time to actually react to your opponent and anti-air them. Alright, so it looks like this. I know not every character has a throw loop in this game, so let's go off just this basic knockdown. And it's going to look like this. You're going to do your same thing and walk back for a shimmy, and then you're going to just like react and do a crosscut DP. Now by turning on this, we can practice the crosscut DP. The way I do crosscut DP on my controller is I'll hold back a little bit just to shimmy, and then I'll go forward, down, down, back, and that'll give me the crosscut DP motion. So it'll look like this, and just like that, I react to it. So what I want you to do is just do this, react to the anti-air, go for your setup, and then react to that. Then what I would recommend next, once you can do that easily, turn on forward jump, and then turn on like normal throw, and then try to go for like, to replicate a delayed shimmy, you turn this on by 5 frames, you go back. So basically you just try it out again from your same setup, you go like this. Okay, that was a throw, so you would continue with a combo. And then hopefully if the dummy jumps here, oh it did, you can react with the crosscut. So next what you're going to want to do is make sure you can turn on both the forward jump and the vertical jump, because you're going to have to react to both. So that's the forward jump. And that was the forward jump. I messed up my input. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So you want to practice this until you can get both the neutral jump anti-aired and the crosscut jump anti-aired as well. Then once that becomes easy for you on both sides, you're going to go back here, turn on vertical jump, forward jump, and the throw. And do nothing. And try to react only when the appropriate one comes out. Alright, and just to be thorough, because I know somebody in the comments is going to say, Chris, what if I don't have a DP? What can I do? Well, as long as you time your meaty throw properly, you should be able to still get something like a crouching hard punch or like a standing hard kick, depending on your character. Whatever your general anti-air is should also work here. Just remember that your reward is going to be quite a bit less than something like a DP, because you're not going to have as much, you're not going to have a knockdown, so you're not going to be able to continue your pressure as easily as you would with a DP, but I mean, it's better than nothing. And also, just because I'm a Gal main, I kind of got to put this out. If you do a meaty throw off of drive rush and you hold down and your opponent actually jumps, so you can actually charge a flash kick if you do this properly. No matter which way your opponent jumps, you will be able to anti-air them. And the best part is, because of the flash kick, you don't even need to autocorrect it. So yeah, if you're a Gal main and you didn't know this, you're welcome, and give it a shot. So that's the idea. That's what you want to do. You want to practice that a couple of times every time you turn on the game before you start playing. And if you practice this for like 2 or 3 minutes before you start playing and before you go into ranked, I'm sure your corner pressure is going to get much better. So give that a try. It can get hard if you try to do too many things at once. So remember, what I recommend doing is to just make sure you turn on one option, make sure you're able to do that properly, then turn on 2 options, make sure you get that properly, and then just add 1 until you can get the next one. So just keep on adding options once you've kind of mastered the last one. Don't try to do all 5 all at once, because it's going to be way too much if you've never practiced this before. All right, the second tip I have to help you improve your win rate and to become a better player is to really lab out and to really know all of your options after you do drive rush cancel off of something like a crouching medium kick or a crouching medium punch. And this is something that I see where like master players will generally know what to do, but then anybody below that kind of has like a really shaky idea of all their options. So I want you to grind it, and here's what we're going to do. To figure this out, I want you to copy these block reversal settings. Okay, so in slot 1, I want you to set do nothing. All right, then in slot 2, I want you to do any 4-frame jab from your opponent. So Akuma, his crouching light punch is a 4-frame jab. Then in slot 3, I want you to set a normal throw. All right. Then in slot 4, I want you to do something like a crouching medium punch, something a little bit slower. And then in slot 5, I want you to do any reversal. All right. So the first thing I want you to turn on is I just want you to turn on crouching light punch. All right. And I want you to know exactly how to shut down opponents who do crouching light punch on block. All right. So assuming your opponent blocks this and you go for a gapless string, if Ryu here does crouching medium kick into standing light punch, he's +3, which means he's in throw range. It's his turn. He can set up strike, throw, shimmy, pressure. What is strike, throw, shimmy, pressure? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. You can do this into a strike, which is an attack. You can do this into a throw, which is a throw, or you can do this into a shimmy, which will beat your opponent for trying to do a throw. So first, let's figure out the frame trap. What I see a lot of people do is they'll go like this, and they'll kind of just like mash out a light string. Now that's not really bad per se, because it does work if your frame trap ends up hitting, but you're leaving a ton of damage on the table, because look what we can do instead. All right, if I hit Akuma with standing medium punch, that's going to be +9. So at this range, since I'm +9, I can actually link a back heavy punch for even more damage. Okay, so look what happens if I do a light, right? Okay, I can get 1,900 damage. With this, I get 2,560, and I can even do more if I decide to spend drive gauge. So actually learning how to hit confirm your frame traps is going to be super key for you. So how can you do that? Well, you can turn on light punch and then turn on do nothing. This will actually force you to react to the hit and to the counter hit animation. So there, nothing, so I block. There, it counter hit, so I reacted with that and I pushed my back heavy punch. I'm only going to push back heavy punch if I get the counter hit motion. Okay, otherwise I'm just going to block. Okay, there we go. So that's the idea. So now we can hit confirm our counter hit, and now we're going to go on to the next thing. What happens if they do a throw? How can we beat them doing throw? Well, let's try our normal throw, and let's make sure that our frame trap also beats throws. Okay, it does, so we know that. Now, let's go into throw, and let's add a delay. Let's add a 5-frame delay, which will replicate delayed throw tech, and let's see if we can shimmy this. Yes, we can. You can shimmy off that setup. So, I'm going to go back here and practice shimmy punishing that. Once I can do that, what we're going to do is we're going to turn on do nothing. And I'm only going to push my standing hard punch when I see Akuma actually whiff the throw. This might look familiar to the thing we did in the corner just a little while ago in this video. Practice that until it becomes second nature and it becomes super easy. Once you know your options off of a basic crouching medium kick, jab, frame advantage situation, I want you to look at one more thing. So a really common option for people to go for here is to do a delayed throw afterwards, which you can shimmy. So the issue with this is if you do this all the time, you're kind of giving up your turn, and then you also run the risk of getting hit by the crouching medium kick if your opponent mashes out quickly or if your block timing is wrong. So a way we can kind of beat this in a kind of like a different way that I don't see a lot of like mid-level players doing is doing a delayed, like a deep standing hard punch off of your crouching medium kick. This will actually also beat people doing a delayed throw tech without having to shimmy them. And the nice thing is you get a ton of plus frames off of this. Now the timing can be a little bit tricky, but as long as you're getting it right, you're going to get tons of plus frames because it is a counter hit standing hard punch. Or it might be a standing hard kick depending on your character. But try that out. It's going to be really easy to combo. Just go into block reversal, do normal throw, delay, 5-frame delay to replicate a delayed throw tech, and practice getting a deep standing hard punch. You get a ton of damage for that, and it makes it really worth your drive bar. Now this will lose, of course, to people doing throw immediately because you're going to get counter hit there. And it's also going to lose to people doing like mashing lights after your strings, or people doing reversals right after your attack as well. So just be aware of that. Another really big benefit of doing like crouching medium kick, drive rush cancel, standing hard punch to beat delayed throw techs is because unlike this, where you have to shimmy and walk backwards and lose your turn and give away your plus frames, doing this, if your opponent actually decides just to block, you're still plus. You're going to be anywhere from like +2 to +3 depending on your character, maybe even more, maybe a little bit less. For Ryu, he's +2 here. With Ryu, you could even go for like a delayed standing medium punch, still be in throw range, and still be able to blow up their delayed throw tech. So, like that. So if you notice that your opponent is always switching between either a block or a delayed throw tech, then doing this crouching medium kick, deep standing hard punch, or deep medium punch is a good option to add to your game. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel because it helps support me. And if you have any questions or any other drills you think I should add, please let me know in the comments. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, take care.